It's the UK car leasing deals of the month for October 2022. Hello folks, apologies for my slightly distorted voice today, but I've got a bit of man flu, but I'm going to soldier on with things anyway. As a quick reminder, all of these deals have an initial payment equivalent to 3 months up front, then 35 monthly payments giving you a 3-year deal based on 10,000 miles a year and an advertised delivery time of less than 6 months. If you're interested in any of these deals whatsoever, or you want to go and poke around on Lease Loco, please use the link that's in the video description. It's vitally important that you do so. I'll also pin it as the top comment on this video. That helps support the channel, okay? I get a very small amount of money when that link is used. I can't do this without it, so please support the channel and use that link. Doesn't cost you a penny, and please give the video a thumbs up. Now we've got all that out of the way, let's get on with the video, shall we? So starting things off with the small cars, and this one's not particularly small. We've seen it before on some previous videos, but it's the Skoda Kamiq. It's been this kind of price for a little while now, but previously it was up at sort of 273 a month, 886 up front, and £212.50 a month. And you get quite a lot of car for that. I have to say as well, there are lots of different trim levels available. This one's sort of base level trim, but there are lots of others available, and you just pay a few quid a month extra as you go up the spec range. This one's the 1 litre petrol manual, Group 10 on the car insurance, 95 brake horsepower, 11.1 seconds to 62, 52 mpg is claimed combined, and you've got 400 litres of boot space. I think the Kamiq's a nice looking little utilitarian practical family car. I've put this in the small cars section, but it would be equally happy in the family cars section. A lot of car for your money, that. $212 a month. Next, moving on to the Vauxhall Corsa, 773 up front, 224 a month. This is the 1.2 Elite Edition. Once again, you can get sort of lower spec or higher spec versions of this, and the price varies by about sort of 20 quid a month depending on what you're going for. This one's the 1.2 petrol manual front wheel drive, Group 12 on the car insurance, 75 horsepower, 12.4 seconds to 62, with 309 litres of boot space. It's the best looking Corsa they've released for quite a long time, and still one of the most popular cars in the UK. By the way, if you're not sure about car leasing or why you would do it or who it's for, I'd pop a link to a video up there that kind of explains car leasing to you, and again at the end of the video, okay? Okay, so onto the family cars. We're starting off with the Vauxhall Astra, which I think is a beautiful looking car. 1.2 turbo, 130 design. Saw one of these in the flesh the other day, but unfortunately didn't get to drive it. 900 up front, 267 a month. The thing that strikes you about this car is not just the exterior looks, which has to be said, are quite pleasing. I mean, that's a good looking car. But it's got a really nice interior as well, nicer than people would expect from a Vauxhall, I dare say. 1.2 petrol manual hatchback, Group 17 on car insurance, 130 brake horsepower, 230 newton meters of torque, 9.7 seconds to 62, 52.3 mpg. And you've got 422 litres of boot space. These things are going to be massively popular. I think it's going to be a huge car for Vauxhall. At 1.2 litre petrol, putting out 130 horsepower would really surprise you, I think, because it's a very capable little engine indeed. I think the great thing with some of these small 3-cylinder petrol cars as well, leasing just fits them. So I personally probably wouldn't want to own one of those with 100,000 miles on the clock. But to get the thing new, give it back after 2 or 3 years is probably the way to go. As you can see, price is as good as it's been. It was up 420, was the highest it's been, 323. 900 quid up front, 267 a month. Next, we've got the Nissan Qashqai. We have to have a Qashqai in one of these videos. Almost 1100 up front, 269 a month. This one's the 1.3 Dig-T mild hybrid Accenta Premium. This is the manual. There are plenty of different options available on these. Automatics, higher spec, lower spec, you name it, it's available. Group 12 on the car insurance, 140 brake horsepower, 10.2 seconds to 62 and 44.1 mpg, 504 litres of boot space. I've waffled about these enough in the past, so I'm going to move swiftly on to the Kia Niro. This is the 1.6 GDI hybrid. This one's an automatic dual clutch transmission. That's actually a really nice gearbox to use. Group 21 on the car insurance, you don't have to plug this one in despite it being a hybrid. 139 brake horsepower, 10.8 seconds to 62 and 61.4 mpg is claimed, 451 litres of boot space. I guess looks wise, they're a little bit Marmite. There are those that don't like what they've done with this, but it's an exceptionally good value family car with plenty of space, and it's not so ginormous that you're not going to be able to park it in Tesco's or wherever. Thinking man's car, the Nero. I like it. 1,200 up front, 324 a month. Okay, next we've got the Citroen C5 Aircross. This one could sit in with the SUVs, or it could sit in with the family cars. I'm putting it in with the family cars because to me it's every inch the family car. Just under 1,100 up front, 332 a month. As you can see, that's the best price it's been in recent times. It was up at 494 a month, 389 a month, 355 a month. 332 is a decent price on this, and you get quite a lot of car for that money. Again, it's that 1.2 petrol 130 horsepower engine that you see in so many Citroens, Peugeots, Vauxhalls, you name it. Group 19 on the car insurance, 10.5 seconds to 62, 230 newton meters of torque, and 720 litres of boot space. It's got a huge boot, this thing. And the other good thing with it is the back row of seats is actually 3 individual seats, which means that if you've got 2 child seats in the car, or in fact 3 adults in the car, you can still accommodate someone in the middle very comfortably because everyone's got an independent seat. That's something you get in very few cars, are 3 proper seats in the back. So great if you've regularly got you and 4 passengers. And of course you've got all that space for their luggage. I'm actually really looking at one of these at the moment for a new sort of family car for us because I like them a lot. 1,100 up front, 332 a month. Next, Skoda Kodiaq, 1,120 up front, 373 a month. These have been up and down a bit price-wise, but at their peak, 493 quid a month. They've been there or thereabouts at this kind of price for a few weeks now. This one's the 7-seat version, and it's the automatic, so you could probably get one of these a bit cheaper if you sort of spec'd it down, but this one is quite a decent spec, and it's one that I would imagine most people will go for. 1.5 petrol auto, Group 19 on the car insurance, 150 horsepower, 9.8 seconds to 62, and a combined MPG of 40.2, 270 litres of boot space with that back row of seats up. Huge boot with the back row of seats down. Massive car, very nice quality. If you're one of those people that still hasn't been in a modern Skoda, you need to go and check one out, because to me, sometimes the Skoda feels better than the VW. Not always, but very often. I think Skoda build a very nice car indeed these days. 1,120 up front, 373 a month. Next, we've got the RAV4. Not an amazing price for this because they've been a similar kind of price for quite a while. They were a bit cheaper a year ago, but what wasn't? 1,460 up front and 386 a month. But I just think at 386 a month, this is a hell of a lot of car, and this is an in-stock deal. As you know, when a deal's in stock, you have to act on it very quickly. Especially once it's been on one of these videos, it will go very quickly. And if you are going to act quickly, please use my link, which is in the video description and pinned as the top comment. So this is a 2.5 litre petrol combined with that hybrid technology. This one's not a plug-in hybrid. Front wheel drive, Group 26 on the car insurance, 218 brake horsepower, 8.4 seconds to 62, 49.6 mpg is the combined mpg, which is great for a car of this size and heft, and 580 litres of boot space. Brilliant car, really nice to drive. I had the plug-in hybrid one actually recently. Really enjoyed my time with it. The infotainment system is a big bunch of toilet, but it does come with Apple CarPlay, so all is not lost, folks. Personally, I don't mind the look of them, but they are a bit Marmite. There are people that find them repulsive, people that love them, but you have to say it's a lot of car for that much money. Okay, next we've got the Volvo XC60, always a bit of a favourite, the XC60. Volvo just do a good big car, don't they? 1,800 quid up front, 505 a month. I would say the median for this over the course of the last sort of few months has probably been about 530. It did have a little drop where it sort of went under 500, sort of 490, 485. That's very rare. They're usually sort of 530, 550, somewhere around there. In fact, back here in May, 586. So it's 1,800 up front, 505 a month. Petrol, automatic, 2 litre, Group 32 on the car insurance, 197 brake horsepower, 8.1 seconds to 62, and 483 litres of boot space. Big, spacious, luxurious, comfortable car. You can't go wrong with a big Volvo, in my opinion. Folks, before we move on to the next one, I just want to remind you to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Last month's Lease Deals of the Month video did really, really well, but only about 10% of the people watching it were subscribed. If you like this kind of content, if you like car leasing content, if you like to see new car reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Okay, next we're on to the executive cars, and it's a tale of two Audis and a Lexus. So we've got the Audi A4 Saloon here. This is at the lower end of spec, but it's got the automatic gearbox. 2-litre petrol, 8.9 seconds to 62, 150 horsepower, 45 mpg, and 460 litres of boot space. I've waxed lyrical enough about this car in previous videos, so I won't do it again. Then we're going to look at the other end of the spectrum, which is the Avant, the estate version, and this is the S-Line. So the S-Line is right up there in terms of its trim. 1,459 up front, 396 a month. As you can see, that's a fantastic price, because not too long ago, these were like well over 500 quid a month. And again, with the Saloon, you're looking at 471 a month, 450 a month. We're at 342. It is a factory order, but they're saying delivery within 1 to 2 months, which is fairly astounding at the moment. So these Audi deals are now starting to dry up, I think. So if you're interested in getting yourself an A4, now is a great time to do it. There are still some deals around on the A5, by the way, but they don't look quite as good as they did last month. Again, if you're interested in A5, I would get on it quite quickly. Then we've got the Lexus ES 300h 2.5 CVT Premium Edition. Really, in terms of huge executive saloons, there aren't too many deals around at the moment, and I think the best bang for your buck for a big executive saloon is the Lexus ES. This one's the 300h 2.5 CVT Premium Edition. 1,500 up front, 428 a month. It's petrol electric hybrid. It's not a plug-in. 2.5 litre petrol engine combined with that hybrid technology. Group 32 on the car insurance. 218 brake horsepower. 8.9 seconds to 62 and 55.4 mpg combined. And you've got 454 litres of boot space. It's a very handsome car, this Lexus, and everything about the build of it is just premium and quality. They do know how to put a car together, that's for sure. Okay, so over to the quick ones. We've only got a few for you here. We've got the Cupra Leon 2-litre TSI VZ1 DSG. So that's the automatic gearbox, obviously. Price-wise, all year, really, these have been available from about $310 a month to about $360 a month. It's not an amazing price at the moment, but it's okay in the grand scheme of things. Petrol automatic 2-litre, Group 28 on the car insurance, 245 brake horsepower. There is a fruitier version of this car available if you want even more speed, but this will get you down the road 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds, 39.2 mpg and 380 litres of boot space, and I think that's a glorious looking car. Really nice interior, and it's fantastic to drive. 1,300 up front, 347 a month. Then we've got its close cousin, it's the VW Golf. This one's the 2-litre 300 GTI Club Sport DSG again. The DSG automatics are extremely popular in these now because I think they can change gear faster than a human. This has been floating around this kind of price for a little while. The lowest it's been is probably about 420, highest it's been is probably 470. 1659 up front, 453 a month. But that gets you from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds, which is the headline with a car like this. 300 horsepower, 400 newton meters of torque, Group 29 on the car insurance, and 374 litres of boot space. Finally, we've got the M135i. Once again, this one's in stock, which means you need to act quickly if you're interested. The price is okay at the moment, but that key thing is that it's actually in stock. You can actually order one and drive it. There's the thing. M135i X-Drive Steptronic Auto with the Pro Pack, so it's got a ton of spec thrown at it. And just look at the numbers on this. 2-litre petrol automatic, Group 36 on the car insurance, 306 brake horsepower, 450 newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 in 4.8 seconds, 37.2 mpg and 380 litres of boot space. Absolute weapon of a car. Onto the EVs, we've already seen one Nero in this video, but for me the Kia Niro EV is your thinking man's EV because it makes bucket loads of sense. Just look at what you get for the money. 1,500 up front and 426 a month. 201 brake horsepower, 285 miles of range, which is fantastic. So many cars kind of top out at 250, and the difference with Kia is that their range numbers are very accurate. So unless you're driving like a hooligan with the aircon on full blast at all times, you can expect to get something close to that 285 and 0 to 62 in 7.8 seconds and 475 litres of boot space, which again is very good for an EV. Many of them don't have this kind of boot space and that kind of range. As I said earlier, they're a bit Marmite in terms of their looks, but they're very well spec'd and just so easy to live with. I've actually got one in for a week-long review next month, so that'll be coming up on the channel. Having driven other Kia EVs and seen the quality of modern Kias, I have to say I'm sure that's going to be a winner. 1,500 up front, 426 a month. Next we've got the Polestar 2, 170 kilowatts, 69 kilowatt hour standard range single motor. This one, we're at a time now where the cost of EVs is just going through the roof as the demand continues to go up and supply continues to be an issue. So this is about 30 quid a month more than it was back in March. What was it, 511 back in March? But it's also been up at 576. Okay, so once again you're sort of in the median of where the price has been. Group 34 on the car insurance, 231 brake horsepower, 7.4 seconds to 62 and 297 miles of range in this one, which is obviously fantastic, and 405 litres of boot space. The Polestar 2 is one of the best built EVs on the market today. The build quality is absolutely superb and it's every inch the premium car. 1,800 up front, 545 a month. As I said earlier, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and please use that link to Lease Loco. I cannot do this without people using the link, so please help me out and do that. If you're watching this on your telly and you've only got your phone to hand and you're finding it difficult to find the link, you can go to my website, which is notaguru.co.uk. You'll find the link on the menu in the homepage of my website. Thanks very much for watching this. As I said, if you've got any questions about car leasing, if you're not sure about car leasing, if it's for you, why do people lease a car? Go and check this video out because hopefully it answers all your questions. See you next time.